How many hours did you spend editing your last video? 6? 8? And how many views did it get? If the answer is less than 1,000, I'm not going to tell you your content was bad. I'm going to tell you your hook was. Because if you don't stop someone in the first 3 seconds, nothing else you built matters. Not the story, not the color grade, not the music, nothing. Here's the thing nobody in the YouTube space wants to say out loud. Talent is not why channels grow in 2026. Hook engineering is, and the creators who figured that out, they're using Adobe Firefly to build it in under 20 minutes on footage they already have. I'm going to show you exactly how. In the next 12 minutes, you'll have a system for creating scroll-stopping, algorithm-approved hooks using Firefly's AI tools. By the end, you'll never open a video the same way again. Let's go. Here's the brutal truth the data is showing. YouTube's 2026 algorithm isn't just rewarding total watch time anymore. It's weighing hook retention. That's how many people make it past the 30-second mark. And for channels under 100,000 subscribers, that number sits at an average of just 42%. Think about that. More than half your audience is gone before you've even finished your intro, before you've made your main point, before you've had a chance to earn a subscriber. That's the problem. Adobe Firefly is the solution. Specifically, 3 features inside Firefly: Generative Extend, Text-to-Visual Overlays, and Motion FX. Let you transform a flat, static opening into something that psychologically locks the viewer in. And you don't need a film degree. You don't need a $4,000 camera rig. You need Firefly, your existing footage, and about 20 minutes. All right, let's get into the actual tool. If you're on any Creative Cloud plan, you already have Firefly. I'll link getting started in the description if you haven't activated it yet. Open Premiere Pro, and the Firefly panel lives right here on the right side. Today we're focused on 3 features. First, Generative Extend. Firefly generates cinematic footage you simply don't have. Second, Text-to-Visual Overlays. Type a prompt, get a styled text element that looks like it belongs in a Hollywood grade. And third, Motion FX hooks. AI-driven camera movement applied to static clips. Each one on its own is good. All 3 together is what makes a hook that retains. Quick pause before we build. If you're finding this useful, hit subscribe and turn on notifications. I drop deep dive creator tutorials every week, and you don't want to miss what's coming next. Okay, let's build your first viral hook. Import your opening clip. It can literally just be you talking to camera. That's exactly what I'm using here. I've got a 45-second clip, decent lighting, fine audio, 0 hook energy. Watch 5 seconds of it raw. See that? If that was your video, you'd be gone. I would too. Let's fix it in 3 moves. Here's a technique almost nobody is talking about yet. You know those hooks that open with a wide cinematic B-roll shot, a city at golden hour, a dramatic landscape, before cutting to the creator? Most of us don't own that footage. Firefly can generate it. Watch what happens when I type one prompt. I typed golden hour rooftop cityscape, cinematic, shallow depth of field, 4K. Hit generate. 4 seconds later, here it is, an original AI-generated cinematic open. No stock footage subscription, no licensing fees, no location permit, just a prompt. And here's why this works psychologically. In the first second, the viewer's brain clocks high production value and immediately thinks, this creator is serious. That micro-judgment is what earns you the next 30 seconds. High production value signals trust. Trust keeps people watching. Now we're adding what I call an attention anchor. A bold text overlay, but not a basic title card. We're using Firefly's text-to-visual engine to make your words look like they were designed by a motion graphics studio. And text in the first 3 seconds is proven to spike initial retention because it gives the eye something to read before the brain has fully decided to stay. My hook headline, the video that changed everything. Style prompt, neon light, electric, dark background. This is where you match the visual language to your niche's emotional tone. Look at the variations. Same words, completely different emotional registers. Tech channel, go sleek and minimal. Fitness, bold, high contrast, aggressive. Travel, warm, wanderlusty, handwritten texture. Firefly gives you all of them in under 10 seconds. Pick the one that speaks in your brand's voice and drop it at the top of your timeline. Timing is everything here. Text should appear within the first half second before the viewer has even processed whether to stay, and hold for 3 to 4 seconds. Then fade. then cut to you or your B-roll. This is the 1-2 punch. The visual hook, then the verbal hook. Together they hit differently than either one alone. This is the one. Of the 3 techniques I'm showing you today, Motion FX is the one I've seen move the needle most dramatically on channels I advise. It takes a static or low-energy clip and uses AI motion analysis to add dynamic, intentional-looking camera movement, a cinematic push-in, a parallax effect, a kinetic zoom, with 0 manual keyframing. I'm going with cinematic push-in. 1 click. Firefly reads the frame, detects the primary subject, which in this case is me, and generates a smooth, controlled camera move timed to the natural rhythm of my speech. It looks like it was shot on a camera rig. It absolutely was not. Okay, moment of truth. Here's the complete hook sequence. Cinematic AI-generated open. Firefly text overlay. Motion FX on the talking head cut. Total build time, 19 minutes. Watch. Right? That is what a 2026 hook looks like. That is the difference between someone clicking away in 3 seconds and someone watching your entire video and subscribing at the end. Now here's what most tutorials won't tell you. Because most tutorials stop at the technique. The hook isn't just an editing trick, it's a subscriber conversion tool. When someone watches your hook and thinks this creator gets it, that's when they subscribe. Not because you begged them to, because they want more of what they just experienced. So here's how I recommend deploying this system for actual channel growth. Strategy 1, a /B test every hook. Build 2 versions, a Firefly hook and your standard approach, using YouTube's timestamp testing. Run it 48 hours and let the data decide. The answer always surprises me. Strategy 2, create 1 Firefly hook template for your channel. Same aesthetic, same motion style, same text treatment across every video. After 5 videos, your audience recognizes your hook before they hear your voice. That brand recognition compounds over time. It's one of the most underrated growth levers in the space. Strategy 3, repurpose the hook as a short or a reel. That Firefly-generated cinematic open is already perfect for 9 to 16. Export it, add a tight voiceover, and use it to pull new viewers back to the long form. 1 piece of footage, 3 placements. That's leverage. We went from this to this. In under 20 minutes, no expensive gear, no professional editing team, just Adobe Firefly and the workflow I just walked you through. The creators winning right now aren't the ones with the biggest budgets, they're the ones using AI tools like this intelligently, consistently, and strategically. So here is your homework. Build 1 hook using this system this week. Just 1. Post it. I genuinely believe it will be the best performing hook you've ever published. If this gave you real value, subscribe. I put out deep dive creator tutorials every single week, and the next one is already better than this one. And drop a comment below telling me which niche you're in. I read every comment, and I'd love to tell you exactly which Firefly prompts work best for your content specifically. Everything I used today, links, prompt cheat sheet, the full Firefly setup guide, is in the description. I'll see you in the next one.